My name is Sarah Smith. I'm going to be interviewing my friend Caleb Ross to find out all about his hobby of interest. Caleb.
How you doing?
I'm doing great.
Hi everybody.
So tell us, what is your hobby of interest?
I enjoy playing poker.
Playing poker. And why is that?
I like playing poker because it's fun, it's exciting, it's nervousness mixed with all kinds of emotions. But at the end of the day, you can win money.
Okay. And do you have a particular preference in games, or is it all the same game every time?
I play Texas Hold'em. That's all I play. Texas Hold'em poker.
Any particular reason why you choose that game?
Well, the two most popular games in poker rooms and casinos is Texas Hold'em poker or Omaha. And I just happened to learn Texas Hold'em, so I just stuck with what I knew.
Okay. And when did you first become interested in poker?
Well, I got invited to a house poker game at a friend's house from an employee. And we went, and it was like a $20 buy-in. And I won. My very first time I ever played, not knowing how to play. And when I got the money, I just decided, like, hey, that's kind of cool. I started researching it. We have poker rooms here in Jacksonville. And I just started researching, and just fell in love with the math and the money.
Okay. And do you have any strategies that you feel like help you when you play?
Definitely have strategies. Yeah, you have to. For example, if you play a cash game, you have to play position, meaning whose turn is it for action. If you're the first action, you want to play tight, no bluffing. If you're last in action, you can play a little bit looser. You could bluff. Also, only play prime cards like ace king, ace queen, aces, and you don't want to play bad hands, and you bet certain amounts of money based on how many people are in. Always try to find the guy at the table who doesn't know what he's doing and target him like a shark in the ocean and steal all of his money, stuff like that.
Okay. And okay, so if I were to pick up this hobby as a beginner, what would be your tips for me to play?
My main advice for a beginner is to always buy in with 200 big blinds, meaning if you play a 2-2 no limit table where $2 is like the ante, then buy in with $200, the max. Because if you buy in with a little bit, people will push you around, you'll just lose your money. Also, don't bluff at all, even though you see it on TV. On these tournaments on TV, they show you 1 out of 400 hands. You don't get to see everyone fold. Don't bluff. Just play tight, play your cards, bet big.
Okay, and when you play, would you prefer going to a poker room to play, or do you like doing online games?
Well, playing for money online in the United States is illegal, so I don't do that
Okay.
anymore.
Good. That's good.
So I love going to a poker room to play. Yeah.
And how often do you go, and for how long do you play usually?
Back in the day, I used to go every day. I used to have a part-time job. I'd go make $50, go to the poker room, turn 15 to 300. That was an average. Now I don't play nearly as much. My girlfriend doesn't like me playing as much, so I don't play. I probably go once every other week. But when I do play, it's probably minimum 4 hours, max 12-hour long sessions.
Wow. Okay. And do you think communication is an important skill to have when you're playing? And how so?
I guess so. It just depends on what kind of communication you're talking about, because most of poker is just you say bet, raise, re-raise, all in, fold. Obviously that's important to say the right thing, because if you say the wrong thing, there goes your money. But more along the lines of like body language as far as communication. You gotta watch other players, see how they're reacting. You have to keep in mind, how are you talking? Do you sound confident? Do you sound shaky? Are you trying to trick them by sounding shaky when you have a great hand? And vice versa. So communication there is all body language, and that's very important. That's why you play so long a session. 8 hours, you get to see the same person. You'll start noticing every time he has a bad hand, he kind of slumps. Every time he gets a good hand, he's up and ready to play, stuff like that.
All right. Are you involved in any organizations or poker clubs or anything extracurricular?
I am a member at Best Bet of Jacksonville. That's about it though. I'm not really in like a poker club.
What is Best Bet?
Best Bet is the largest poker room in Florida, and it's here in Jacksonville and Regency. Best Bet is what it's called. Owned by the Indians, and you know.
The casinos and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, you get a membership there basically because if you hit like a high hand, which is a promotion, you win X number of dollars, or if they have contests, you get emails and stuff that's kind of unnecessary. But I do it. I'm there enough, so why not?
Okay. Do you feel like you could improve on your skills at all?
Yeah, I think there's always room for improvement no matter what you do.
And like, where in particular do you think you can improve?
I think one of the biggest things about poker is you have to know when to walk away, whether that means you're up or down. If you're down a lot, you gotta know, do I need to walk away or do I need to buy in bigger and play harder? Or if you're up a lot and you know, do I need to walk away or should I try to win more because you risk losing more? So I have a problem with when I'm really up high, instead of walking away, I get a dream of tripling what I already won, which is quadruple what I bought in with.
Mm-hmm.
And that tends to be my biggest issue.
So you set limits for yourself? Is that how you know when you've done enough, or?
You have to set a limit of how much you're willing to lose. So it's not really gambling. It's more like, hey, you'll pay $200 to go to Disney World. Instead, pay $200 here. If you lose it, walk.
Mm-hmm.
Or if I win this much, walk. You know.
Yeah.
So you don't get carried away.
Okay. So is this a hobby you would want to share with others?
Yes and no. Taught a lot of people how to play. Makes it fun to play little house games like my brother. But I've actually taught a few people, one in particular who ended up eventually going to AA meeting, and he got really addicted to it, lost everything he had, and it ruined his life. So before I would say yes. Now I wouldn't really try to bring anybody new in because it can be just as addicting as a drug, to be honest. And if you're not good or you don't got the money for it, you know, you shouldn't play poker unless you're broke or rich. Because middle class, it means you're going one way or the other.
Okay. Well, those are all the questions that I have for you, and I appreciate you taking the time to talk with me about this.
Absolutely. It was a good time. I enjoyed it. Hope y'all enjoyed it. And thank you very much.